The thing with Steve Harrington is I love him. Why can't Max just come back alive and well? And Lucas is running through the tunnels and he's been cornered by, I believe, a Demogorgon. Those are both very terrifying situations to be in. Personally, I wouldn't want to be in those. Kidnapped in season 1, possessed in season 2, the bowl cut. Like, he has gone through so much. All the TikTok edits where it's like, and I know you're getting older and growing, changing, and I guess I just want to turn back the clock. Those get me every time. Like, that speech makes me cry. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. What has he done? I'm genuinely so scared. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie if you're new here. One thing about me is I love Stranger Things. When the show first came out, I was, I think 15. I was like what Nancy's age is supposed to be in the show. It's genuinely probably my favorite show. I mean, if I had to take like my top 3, it's this, How I Met Your Mother, and maybe Ted Lasso, but Stranger Things is just so precious and special to me. I think it's the show that genuinely like I've grown up with in very formative years, so I'm very emotional about it ending, and it's taken over my brain. Like, it's mainly all I can think about these days, and the fact that everyone is saying like there's probably gonna be some big character deaths, I'm so scared. So I am gonna do a tier ranking of who I think is gonna make it versus who I don't think is gonna make it, and yap about it for quite a while. Okay, this is my tier ranking. I created this one. First, we have Staying Alive. This means I think they're gonna be fine. Then Guys, I'm Kind of Scared means I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Like, I have a feeling it could happen that they don't make it to the end of the season, but I'm still not completely convinced. And then Bye means they're gone. Like, I just don't think they're making it. And then Netflix, When I Catch You is basically, I think there's a possibility it could happen, and if it happens, I'm gonna be very, very mad and sad and gonna need about 365 business days to recover, and will need Netflix to pay for my therapy. Jonathan Byers. The trailers are making it seem like he's not gonna make it. Like Will gets taken by Vecna again in this season. If that's the case, I mean, he is going to do anything he can to get Will back. So I do think there's a chance Jonathan might die, but I'm based on how much the trailers are making it seem like he's going to, I think he's the red herring. So I'm gonna put him in Guys, I'm Kind of Scared because I think he's fine, but we'll see. Here's my thing with Mike. I adore Mike. In all the trailer footage, I love how much it looks like Mike is going back into his leadership role, and that we're returning to like season 1 and season 2 Mike, which I love. And if we're in season 1 and season 2 Mike, I could definitely see him making a sacrifice play for anyone, but I think he's gonna be okay. So I'm gonna put him in Staying Alive for now. I mean, everyone's saying 11 might die closing the Upside Down. Maybe it'll be like season 1, like to fully close it, she kind of has to sacrifice herself. I could see them doing that again, but this time it's definite, like she's gone. I don't know, the girl's been through so much. I just think killing her would be really devastating, but then it'd be, you know, she's the ultimate hero, which I could see too. So I'm really on the fence about 11. Millie Bobby Brown had the funniest interview like a year, or maybe during season 4, where she's like, we need to start being like Game of Thrones. We need to start killing people. And she was like, kill me, I'm right here. And like, honestly, I get what she means. Like, it raises the stakes. It makes the fight that much more necessary for the story. I'm gonna put her in Guys, I'm Kind of Scared. And I'm gonna put her behind Jonathan because I think there's a bigger chance of Jonathan dying than 11. So yeah, that's where she's going. Okay, next is Will Byers. Can this poor boy please, for the love of God, catch a break? This kid has been through so much. He's been kidnapped in season 1. He was possessed in season 2. The bowl cut. Like, he has gone through so much on the show. And so I think he deserves a break, but I'm not sure the Duffer Brothers are gonna give that to him. Especially the last trailer made it look like Will's either gonna get physically kidnapped and taken back to the Upside Down, or he's gonna get mentally and be like kind of like a spy again for Vecna and the Mind Flayer. And it seems like, I think they've said multiple times, the Duffer Brothers, that like we're gonna find out why Will was particularly taken in the first season. So I think Will has this innate connection to the Upside Down, to where I do agree with a lot of people where it's like, if the Upside Down go away, Will might have to go away, which is a heartbreaking thing to think about. But also I think Will deserves a happy ending personally. I'm gonna put him in Netflix When I Catch You, because if they did that, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so devastated, but I could see it happening. Murray, bye. Okay, Murray's so dead. I'm like, I've had a feeling about that since the very beginning of meeting Murray. Like, he's kind of a killable character, and every season when he makes it out, I'm like, how? I'm like, how is Murray still here? Okay? I think, and I don't mean that in I dislike Murray. Murray's a great character. I do think he, out of everyone though, is killable. And in the trailers, he's only seen in that one outfit where he's in like a barn jacket. It has a fake name, Austin, on it, and he's with Maya Hawke's Robin every single time, and it's that one scene. So, and then they're seen driving that 18-wheeler. I could so see during that 18-wheeler, whatever they're doing with it, like, it looks like Demogorgons might attack it based on like footage and everything. I think that could be the moment he's gone. I am not convinced Joyce Byers is making it out. I know, I'm sorry. Someone had to say it. I am genuinely very scared for Joyce. She has this maternal figure, maternal energy for all the children on the show. I mean, she protects them. She knows the ins and outs of what's going on, whereas Karen Wheeler really doesn't know what's going on. Okay, and she does anything she can to, of course, protect her sons, but like, she will protect Dustin, she will protect Mike, she will protect Holly Wheeler, she will protect Max, like, she will protect all of them. You know, she was the one who took 11 in when Hopper died, you know, like, she is the ride or die for these kids. And all the footage of her also has been in the same outfit, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong on that. The awesome scene of her with the axe, and then there's that scene where it looks like Will's passed out on the ground, and I think Vecna's coming through. I think that's not gonna be when Joyce could die, but I could definitely see Joyce sacrificing herself for Will or for Jonathan or for any of the kids, to be honest. And that would be such a monumental death or sacrifice to where the entire team would be affected. Everyone would want to really get Vecna after that, and would have raised the stakes so much higher, because really another heart of the group would be gone. And I don't know, I think it would be a devastating blow. I keep comparing it to, like, it almost seems like when Black Widow dies, or spoiler alert for the Marvel Universe, almost seems like when Black Widow dies in Avengers Endgame. Like, it was so unexpected. Everyone thought she'd be a character that was safe, and then she wasn't, and when she was gone, everyone finally rallied together and was like, we have to end this, and we have to end this now. And I could see that being kind of a Joyce thing. Now, do I want it to happen? Absolutely not, okay? But thinking about this thematically, or for the sake of the story, I could see it happening. So I'm gonna put it in Netflix When I Catch You, and if it happens, I'm gonna be mad. But I'm also gonna be like, I could see it happening. Next is Karen Wheeler. Look, all the footage that's shown Karen is pointing towards she dies, or she gets seriously injured. But based on that speech Nancy gives in the final trailer, where she goes, it's not gonna stop till it drains us of like every last ounce of suffering, and she looks mad, that makes me think Karen dies. And I could totally see that. I mean, I would be devastated. I mean, Karen gets a lot of flack, okay? And I love Karen. She might not know what's going on, but she is there for her children, okay? Robin's a very interesting character because Stranger Things has this formula. If you are a new character introduced in a later season, you're not making it. You're introduced later on, odds are you're dead, okay? And the only two who have really fought that theory, or fought that formula, is Robin and Max is teetering on fighting it. Like, Robin's made it out squeaky clean every single time, and I want that to keep happening for Robin. A lot of people are like, oh my god, the TikTok theories, people are like imagining what could happen, are stressing me out, because some of them are like, what if, you know, everyone's always terrified Steve's gonna die. What if it looks like Steve's about to get like eaten by a Demogorgon and then Robin jumps in front of him? No. I'm gonna put her in Guys, I'm Kinda Scared. Okay, Holly Wheeler I think is gonna be fine, staying alive. I do think Holly's gonna be kidnapped by Vecna. For what reason, I don't know. And I do think she's gonna go through it. And she's always had this connection to the Upside Down. Like in season 1, when Karen and Holly go to Joyce's house when Joyce is, you know, in the throes of trying to find Will, Holly like ventures out and is walking around the house. And this is like infant Holly. This is very young Holly. She's venturing around the house and she follows a path of all the lamps lighting up, because this is when Joyce had all the lights everywhere. And the lamps are lighting up for her, and then she walks into, I think Will's room, yeah. And something is like poking out of the wall, like, you know, like super scary, like, you know, coming at Holly, but then it goes away when Karen and Joyce go in. So there's that weird connection. And then in season 3, when the mind flayers, like after or the like physical mind flayers going towards the mall and everyone else is at the fair, Holly, her mom and dad are on the Ferris wheel, and the only person who sees the trees moving is Holly. So Holly's always had this really weird connection to the Upside Down that I think was incredibly subtle, but now that we know Holly's gonna play a bigger role, it's also evident. But I do think she's fine. Like, I think she's gonna be kind of the Will Byers of the season and is gonna get taken and everyone's gonna wanna find her, and it'll definitely raise the stakes for the Wheelers, but I think she's fine. Oh dear God. Steve Harrington. I love this character a concerning amount, okay? Like, no one should love a fictional character this much. I know, but he's human to me, okay? He is real. And if he dies, like, I don't even want to put it into existence, okay? Like if that happens, like, I'm tearing up thinking about it. If that happens, I will not be okay. Like, I will be genuinely so crushed. I know everyone else on the internet feels like that too about this character. So he's always teased as being the person who dies in every trailer. I'm referencing another YouTube channel who, like, literally, if you love Stranger Things like me, he does this, you know, do the best breakdowns of Stranger Things ever. Film Stalked, definitely follow him. He makes a great point where he's like, in every single trailer we've ever gotten for this show, there's a shot making you think Steve dies. Then in season 3, it's him getting the needle like in his neck when he's getting interrogated by the Russians with Robin. And then in season 4, he is getting dragged down in the gate that's underwater in the Upside Down. So they show these scenes that make you think he's in mortal peril and is about to die. And yeah, he is in mortal peril, but he ends up fine. So I think there's 2 points to make with that. Me with my thesis. Okay, I think there's 2 points to make with that. I think the fact that there isn't really anything of that caliber in these trailers is concerning, because maybe it does happen and they don't want to show it. Get what I mean? Or he's just fine, okay? Like, he protects these kids, he protects the family, okay? One of the best edits right now on TikTok are of Nancy Wheeler and of Steve Harrington, and they're both separate edits of them going like to Father Figure by Taylor Swift, where it's like, I protect the family, because they do protect the family. I mean, I genuinely don't know. I think if anything, this thesis I've just presented to you for the past 4 hours proves is like, I genuinely don't know, and I'm genuinely so scared. So Netflix, when I catch you and he's going in front and center, it better not happen. It better not happen, because I will be pissed. They're definitely doing the red herring thing on Lucas too in the trailers. Like, there's 2 scenes that make it seem like Lucas is in trouble. The one where he's carrying Max, still unconscious, and he's carrying him through the hospital, and Demodogs are charging at them. That is terrifying. No other way to put it. And then there's the other one where the tunnels from season 2 are back this season, and Lucas is running through the tunnels. It looks like there's blood all over him. I don't know the blood of who. And he's been cornered by, I believe, a Demogorgon. Those are both very terrifying situations to be in. Personally, I wouldn't want to be in those. But I do think it's crazy if he dies in either of those scenes to put it in the trailers. I mean, the photo of the Demogorgon coming into the tunnels was more or less confirmed in a Empire magazine, I think, release of official photos from the season. Crazy to release that, especially for one of the core party members, if they have a death in that specific quad of the OGs, you know? And so I think I think based on those two alone, if Lucas were to die, it's not in either of those scenes. But here's my other point. If they kill Lucas off and Max comes back, diabolical. Diabolical. He clearly is going to be Max's protector this season, so he's not going to let anything happen to Max. And I think that does put him in harm's way, but I don't think he's going to die. Honestly, I'm putting him in staying alive. Like, I think he's fine. Okay, and that brings us to Max. Max is probably one of my favorite characters. I love Max. I actually got to interview Sadie Sink this year, and it was the best thing ever. Here's a picture. It was like a dream come true for me. Her death, quote unquote, because she did die, her death was one that was so heartbreaking. Like, I remember crying and being like, no, like, bring her back, and like her whole like talking to Lucas, like, that was terrifying. And then they did bring her back. Like, Eleven's like, no, you're not going. I'm pretty sure that's what she says. And then she brings her back. There's so many theories swirling around about Max. Like, if she'll come back and maybe be blind, or if she'll come back and she's a spy for Vecna, or if she'll come back and not remember anything. Like, there's so many things. Like, why can't Max just come back alive and well? So I don't know what will happen when Max comes back. I think the most plausible one is maybe she might come back and is still connected to Vecna. I don't know if she's necessarily going to be a spy for Vecna, especially since it looks like Will's going to have to be that again. But in all those like rewatches they've done, strategically she was only paired with Jamie Campbell Bower, which was very interesting. She was paired with him every time, to where I think a lot of the season we might get like these Max moments where Max is in her coma, but in her head she's like, you know, well, like when Eleven looked for her in the void after Max was in the coma, she said she couldn't even find her, which is scary. But I don't think that means Max is gone. I think she might be trapped in Vecna's mind, or Lucas and her are about to die and that's when she wakes up. Crazy wake up call. But that would be epic. So I do think Max is coming back, and they definitely wouldn't show it in the trailers. I think I can see it so clearly. I think she's gonna, like, probably like end of part 1 of these, Max is gonna be in the coma the whole time, and then her eyes are just gonna open and then like cut to black. So I think Max is staying alive. Like, I think, why would you let her live in season 4 and not just make that a monumental death that would affect everyone in the fandom? The fact that they brought her back makes me think she's gonna be fine. I think Hopper's staying alive. I think his death, quote unquote, in season 3, like, I don't even know how to put it into words. Like, it was so emotional. His speech at the end when Elle finds the letter, I can't watch it anytime without crying, okay? And all the TikTok edits where it's like, and I know you're getting older and growing, changing, and I guess I just want to turn back the clock. Like, it's the way I have it memorized, basically. Those get me every time. Like, that speech makes me cry. Again, they made him live. Why would they pull the rug out from under us, okay? It'd be diabolical, and it'd be so mean. So I think he's fine. Like, we already had this morning of Hopper. Okay, next, Nancy Wheeler. I love Nancy Wheeler so much. I think, like I was saying, when the show came out, I was Nancy's age. Like, Nancy was supposed to be like 15 or 16, and I just relate to Nancy. Like, she's an older sister. She embodies being the oldest sibling. She is one of the best characters on the show, and watching her growth through each season has been amazing, and I'm terrified at the idea that they might kill her. In season 4, of all the people to choose to show who he is, his grand plan, why he's doing all this, Vecna chose Nancy. Nancy gets this vision that Vecna shows her, and it's, I don't remember the quote of it exactly, but it was basically like, he showed me things I hadn't seen before. Downtown on fire, monsters coming to our neighborhoods, dead soldiers. I saw Mike, I saw my mom, I saw Holly, and they were all, and she like stops after that. So it sounds like they were all dead. Okay. The trailer, like the final trailer for Stranger Things 5 was Nancy's vision. Like, it was so cool. Like, if you think about it, we've had this the season 5 trailer for 3 years now. Obviously, Nancy's vision came to life, but also I think that shows that Nancy has been fearing this coming to fruition, to where she's not gonna let that happen. I think Nancy would definitely make the sacrifice play, and I think she would make it for any of those children, especially her siblings. And I think she is, if Karen was seriously injured or if she died, I still think Nancy is out for blood. Nancy wants to end this, and she could definitely make the sacrifice play because she's seen how bad it could get and she doesn't want to let that happen. And I think that could be heartbreaking or it would be heartbreaking. And the other evidence I have is that scene of Jonathan hugging the children. No one, like Steve's not in sight, Nancy's not in sight. I could totally see like something's happened to Nancy and they're all embracing and hugging. I don't know. Or a lot of people are also thinking, like Film Stock, that channel I talked about, also said that Nancy and Jonathan might die together. You know, like maybe they're trapped and they just accept they're gonna die, and that's like that scene where it's like very blue around them and they're like head to head embracing, like crying. I could definitely see that, and that'd be heartbreaking, and I would hate that, but it would, oh my god, it would destroy me. But I could see that happening as well. So yeah, I could see Nancy making a sacrifice play, and I would be so mad. So I'm gonna put that right here in Netflix when I catch you, because I could see it happening, but I'm gonna refuse that it's going to happen. That's just called denial, and it's a great place to be. Next, we have Erica Sinclair, my queen, my sassy little queen. She's safe. Like, I don't have anything else to say about it. I'm gonna put her way up here. I think she's fine. Like, why would you kill Erica? Like, honestly, she might kill Vecna. She gets in a room with Vecna, his ego destroyed within seconds. Vecna, bye. Okay, we're putting him right up here. Like, he's like the Thanos of this. He's the big bad, and this whole season is about finding him and getting rid of him. He's gonna die, okay? I don't know who's gonna get the final blow. I don't know who. I could see it being like, maybe like Will, like a Neville Longbottom thing where Will gets the final, you know, thing that's gonna kill him and then Eleven like finishes it off. I don't know, but he's gone. Like, he's gone. He made this bed, now he has to lie in it. Okay. Finally, Dusty Bun. I swear, if they touch a little hair on that child, I will attack. I will wreak havoc, okay? Like, do not, like, leave him alone. Leave him alone. What has he done, okay? Oh my god. I'm gonna put him in Netflix when I catch you. My main evidence is that season 3 thing where Steve, it was very playful there, where it was like Steve was like trying to look at what was in this box when they were trapped in the Russian elevator, and he was like, Dustin, step back, like you shouldn't be near this. And Dustin was so clearly, like, he got so serious and he's like, Steve, if you die, I die. I don't even want to say it, but I could see that. Or I could see him making a sacrifice play for any of his friends or for any of the older kids, any of that. But I also think he is carrying so much weight this season in grief and in like survivor's guilt from Eddie, when Eddie died. I think he is clearly going through it. We do see he gets beat up, probably because he still wears the Hellfire Club shirt, all that. So I think a lot of people keep saying like it's mirroring Max in her survivor's guilt with Billy, and so that could make him a target for Vecna. I don't know if Vecna's gonna be like, you know, doing the whole like clock killing people thing this season, or if he's just gonna like wreak havoc on Hawkins, like physically. I don't know. But I could see that making him the perfect next, you know, person to be preyed on by Vecna. So I do think he's gonna be a very more depressed and sad Dustin than we've ever seen, and I hate that. And I think he could be in trouble, and if they killed anyone in the main party, the one that would probably hurt me the most is Dustin. Like, I would be sobbing. I mean, Dustin's the brains of everything. He's such a beloved character, but I really don't want it to happen. The only thing that makes me think of, like, if Steve goes, Dustin might go. Like, the whole if you die, I die thing. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in Netflix when I catch you. And Netflix, if that happens, count your days, okay? Literally count your days. So this is my breakdown of all the main party members, all the characters who I think where they're gonna end up by the end of season 5. Let me know what you think, if you agree, what your theories are. I adore this show so much, and it's so precious to me, and the thought of losing any of these characters breaks my heart, and the thought of this show only having one more season truly makes me so sad. But I'm so excited to watch the final season. Let me know if you would ever want to see more videos like this. I will definitely like do videos talking about the season as it starts premiering. I hope you enjoyed, and Netflix, just leave all of them alone. Let them live. Okay, bye.